let's do this.
Suprema roll call. Suprema roll call. Suprema roll call. Suprema roll call.
Someone up there loves me.
Yeah.
The theme of the show.
Yeah.
That's how we pull this ep off.
Yeah.
I will never know.
Roll call. Suprema roll call. Suprema roll call.
My name is Fonte.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to shout.
Yeah.
Because my inner 13-year-old
Yeah.
is freaking out.
Suprema roll call. Suprema roll call.
My name is Sugar.
Yeah.
My raps are tasty.
Yeah.
So lunch is served.
Yeah.
Shanice and Tracie.
Suprema roll call. Suprema roll call.
Unpaid bill.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Now we know.
Yeah.
Who shot Tupac.
Roll call. Suprema roll call. Suprema roll call.
It's Laia.
Yeah.
Just living out dreams.
Yeah.
Tracie and Shanice.
Yeah.
I don't even know what this means.
Roll call. Suprema. Suprema roll call. Suprema.
What's your name?
Suprema roll call.
My name is Shanice.
Yeah.
I love to smile.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here.
Yeah.
Don't know how.
Roll call. Suprema roll call. Suprema roll call.
My name is
Yeah.
Tracie. Ooh,
Yeah.
I like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I love Questlove.
Suprema roll call. Suprema roll call. Suprema roll call.
She's jamming.
Suprema roll call.
Okay, look. Everyone,
Yeah,
everyone.
you need to give all
everyone.
these
This is what we're
disclaimers.
gonna do. This
Let's
is what we're
go.
gonna do.
All right.
I want everyone to inhale. Exhale. Inhale.
And we all got COVID again.
Okay.
Okay.
So a funny thing happened on my way to the DMs.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. So occasionally I will put out an APB or Where Are They Now for some of my favorites throughout the years on social media. And 9 times out of 10, you know, it's tumbleweeds and no responses or whatever. Especially in the case of one of our guests. And I got so used to the dead silence on the whereabouts that I just gave up after a decade or so. Enter friend of the show, Shauna. Are you here? Hello. All right. So, she provided probably this year's equivalent of manna from heaven, in which she said, Amir, your prayers have been answered. So let's fast forward to where we are right now. Both of our guests, I didn't even know, were friends with each other. And they also happen to have overlapping journeys in life. Both in decades ago, they were standout acts on a show called Star Search. No, I mean, you know, if you know The Voice or if you know American Idol, whatever, it's, you know, Star Search was,
That
you
was
know,
OG.
when
Yep.
that was our show. And basically parlayed their talents into, at a very young age, into record deal and hits and whatnot. And yes, of course, Can You Dance, Ain't No Half Steppin', Symptoms of True Love, This House, Tender Kisses.
How to sing.
Yes, I can name them all. I Love You Smile, whatever. I've been a major fan of this is royalty, of both these queens for the longest. We all have been. And for some reason, you know, because they had their rise before the sort of ascent of social media, there really wasn't mainstream outlets to let us know them as people, even though we occasionally see them on a Soul Train or BET or whatever. And even despite the fact that I've worked with one of them, I've realized that until this very moment, I've never met them. Yes, it's possible to be on someone's record and not having met them. Anyway, it's taken me 3 decades to say, nice to meet you, Shanice Wilson and Tracie Spencer. Welcome to Questlove Supreme.
Nice to meet you.
Meet you.
Oh.
Wow. So,
Where the heck you been?
how first of all, how are you guys today?
How are we? We
Yeah.
are on cloud
We
nine.
are on cloud 9. We're
We
like,
are floating.
yeah, this is like, we're excited. It just seems like unreal. And
It's an emotional roller coaster.
yeah,
Just-
I keep saying, I'm going to cry. She's like, I'm going to cry. Like,
Like
we're
y'all are
excited.
fresh off a popular talk show. I know we can't say where you just came from, but like y'all just did a popular talk show. Like this is really
Yeah.
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 It's a lot.
So,
It's a lot really fast.
yeah, I'm just really excited. I've been looking for Tracie for the past, how many years? 20? No, maybe like 20 years.
20 years.
I tweeted a picture of us with Santa. We were sitting on Santa Claus's lap back in the day. I took a picture with Santa Claus, and I posted that on my Twitter. And I said, "Can anybody help me find Tracie?"
You
I'm
too?
looking- Yes.
You too.
I said, "I'm looking for Tracie Spencer," and nobody could find her for like year. My kids were babies. They're pretty much grown now.
Yeah.
And I went to a party. It was Shantae Moore's birthday party. And Shauna was at the party, and she said, "I found her." This was like a few months ago.
Wait,
She said, "I found Tracie Spencer."
Can we pull? Is there an extra?
Yeah, she called. Shauna said, "I found Tracie Spencer." I'm like, "Really? She's on Instagram." I'm like, "She is?" So that's how we reconnected.
Like, low key following people on Instagram.
She
with,
had
like,
this page that didn't
random
even look
page.
like it would be her
She had a
page.
finster.
Right.
A fencer?
Yeah, a finster.
Oh, where you just lurk and do nothing else?
Yes, I was a lurker.
All right, so let me just give a little backstory. So Shauna, so is it Mangtal or
Mangatal.
Mangatal?
That's right.
Okay, Mangatal. So super executive management. Like, okay, so what is your role in life? Like, I know that for years you've worked for Michael Jackson as his personal assistant during the Dangerous period, and you assisted us in getting Howard Hewitt on the show and whatnot. So you and I have been friends forever.
Yes.
You've been an actress, like you've been connected in acting and whatnot. You've been in so many movies that we've seen that didn't even realize. So how did you find Tracie?
Well, when I was working with Michael Jackson, I actually worked for his manager, Sandy Gallen.
Sandy Gallen,
So
right.
I've been in music management all my career.
Right.
And after leaving Michael's management company, I went to work for Quadri Elamine at Southpaw Entertainment, and he said, "I want you to work with Tracie Spencer." And this was in 1998.
Right.
So I was brought in to work specifically with Tracie on her last album on Capitol Records called Tracie.
Right.
And I was her day-to-day manager and, just doing her scheduling and all that kind of stuff. Fast forward to now, Tracie reaches out to me on Instagram. I didn't know why, because I had been looking for her too for decades.
Did you know that we were looking for you?
Everybody. Like,
Why would you do that to us?
That's what I
I
asked.
understand.
I didn't do it like to hurt anyone's feelings. It was not intentional.
But it also proves to me that one can't disappear.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, that's
right,
what, how do you
right.
disappear?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
like
Yeah.
we want to know that
That's
too,
what
so
we
we
know.
can pull this off.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you
like a
want to learn
Dateline
to live
episode.
off the grid, then come hang out with me.
It is like a daylight.
Dateline. I feel like I'm on a Dateline, like Secrets.
Tracie Spencer. She's been,
Where is she?
okay, like let's have it.
Oh my God.
Where the hell have you been?
the unsung people gonna be mad.
Ooh, we got exclusive.
You got an exclusive.
Oh my God. You know, she's absolutely right. There's going to be a lot of very angry people after this interview.
Oh well.
Yeah.
You're already appreciated, but please.
No,
answer
I
this
mean
question.
we could stand to hear it 5 or 6 times. I don't care if you keep the story going.
Yep.
Let's see. After the Tracie album, well, even before the Tracie album, the Capitol was going through so many different changes. Like at one point, they got rid of the black music department.
Yeah.
And kept me. and wanted me to represent Black
Everything.
radio,
All of
pop
us.
radio. Yeah, all just
Right.
yeah,
Everybody.
everybody. I mean, it was literally like a ghost town on like the 8th and 9th floor, which is where the Black department was. So I remember I'd go down there and be like, wow, the lights are out. Like, this is so weird. And I was like 17, 18 years old then. And so I ended up actually recording like 2 different albums, one with Dallas Austin, one with Shakir from Queen Latifah's camp. I spent some time in New York. Both of those records got shelved, but I did notice that some stuff has been leaked on YouTube, and someone's like selling a mixtape for like 2 G's of some Tracie Spencer
Wow.
unreleased music. It's
Damn, sucker like me would have brought that too.
And so when once I got with Quadri, you know, he was trying to reassure me, like, stick it out, it's gonna be all good, let's do another record. And that's when Roy Lott was the president of Capitol.
Mm-hmm.
And he had mentioned Soul Shock and Carlin and said, I think they would be great to help you put this record together. So we literally sat for months, like in the studio, just creating and coming up with ideas, and they pretty much did that entire album and helped me A&R the record.
Okay.
So after the record, you know, you go on tour. I wasn't having any fun. I went from a point where I had a lot of family support to now that I was getting older, I was now 21, that my family wasn't traveling with me. My dad was having some health issues, so he couldn't go on the road. And my siblings were all, you know, doing things in their own lives. So it was like a big transition for me. And then you also have you meet a lot of interesting people who want to take advantage of you in the industry as a female. Now they're like, oh, her dad's not around or her brother's not around. Yeah. And it got very uncomfortable, to be very honest. And so, yeah, I wasn't having any fun. And I remember having a conversation with my mom, and I just said, I'm having anxiety. I'm like having panic attacks. Like, oh, what am I going to do? And she was like, I always told you, when you're not having fun, get out. Just get out,
I
take a
respect
step
that.
back for your mental health. Like, she's like, come home. So I went home for a little bit, being in the country,
Home is
playing
where?
with Iowa.
Oh, wow. That's how you disappeared.
Yeah. Yes. And I did read recently that Iowa is now the #1 place to go if you want to live off the grid.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So I'm just
There's
saying.
another fun fact I know about Iowa that I don't think is very appropriate to mention right now, but this is the amount of Black women that I know from Iowa, all in
Robin
the
is
industry.
Iowa, right?
No, just in Iowa, period.
she is.
Robin
Thede.
Robin Thede. Okay, so thus I know a comedian, a singer, and the rest, we'll just say are actresses.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna say that the P word.
Yeah, like, so, what is it? What city in Iowa, for starters? What city in Iowa is this? And that's churning out these artistic,
Tracie don't know.
based
Don't know.
women. Yeah, like, I don't know, but something about
Sorry.
it's something about the state of Iowa that is like, I don't know, just churns out mysterious, alluring women that have a talent.
Somebody get him out of.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see where he's gonna go with this.
No, don't wait,
My
Tracie.
job, and I'm not over there.
I know, Steve.
It must be corn, maybe.
Okay. Thank you, Steve. I
There is
appreciate it.
corn in my backyard.
So what was it like growing up in Iowa?
Thank you, Conte.
I got you.
Lots of corn.
I really just wanted to see where he was gonna go with it. See if he was gonna get himself out of it.
I can get myself out of it, but you know.
Yes, there is lots of corn. There is corn in my backyard.
Yeah, we're just gonna say the word corn. On there.
Yes. Literally lots of corn. Well, my dad's side of the family is from Canada.
Okay.
and well, his on his mom's side, and then his father was from Alabama. My mom's family is from Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
How they kind of ended up together and me being born in Iowa was after my mom's her parents passed away. She was going to join the Air Force, but she had a brother who moved to Minneapolis, or not Minneapolis, but to Des Moines, Iowa, which is the capital. And she was traveling. She had 8 siblings. So she was traveling to go visit him, and she decided, well, maybe I'm just going to get into nursing. Maybe I'll move to Iowa. I don't know. She just didn't want to go back to Louisiana. My dad ended up in a really small town called Marshalltown, Iowa, where there's like no people of color. Wow. Yeah, it was just literally his dad and then his mom being white. Yeah, they were the talk of the town, to say the least.
Literally.
They were, yeah.
Okay.
And so my dad had a band called the Cavaliers. He's like performing, doing one-nighters around the state of Iowa and other cities in the Midwest. And he sees my mom in a club with her brother. And he walks up to her and says, I don't know who you are, but I'm going to marry you. Basically.
What an introduction.
Wow. She never went back to Louisiana. 6 months later, they got married, and they stayed in Iowa, and she became a nurse. Wow. And that's how I ended up in Iowa.
Okay. I see. Yeah. Now, Miss Wilson.
Hey.
Now, one of my favorite moments ever in the history of my years in watching the Arsenio Hall show.
Oh, wow.
Was when there was an audio tape of you. I believe you had to have been under the age of 2, but you singing Jungle Boogie.
Yeah.
Wow.
To me, the fact that not much of a hoopla has been made of the fact that someone not even 1 year old can harmonize get down all like so I already know that you came out the womb singing. So tell me about like where were you born and
So yeah, I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and
Yins.
Yes. Yes. And the audio you're talking about, I was literally 7 months. I was 7 months, and there was 3 songs I did on that tape. I did Jungle Boogie by Kool and the Gang,
right.
Tell Me Something Good by Shaka Khan, and Benny and the Jets by Elton John.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't even know the words to that song now.
No one believes it, but we have it on cassette, and I couldn't talk, but I could sing those melodies, but I couldn't talk.
Right.
But I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I come from a musical family. My mom sings. My dad is a guitarist, and my mom, she was in a singing group, and she decided, her and my aunt, they had a group together, and they said, let's move to either California or New York because they wanted to pursue their singing careers.
Right.
So they decided to move to L.A. We got on the Greyhound bus, and when we got to L.A., I was like 8 years old, and I said, but I want to sing too. I want to do it too. So they found me a commercial agent. I went on my first audition, and I booked a Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial with Ella Fitzgerald at 8 years old.
Oh, I know that commercial.
I scattered with her at 8 years old.
I know that commercial. That was you.
That was me. Yeah.
Snap. Okay.
So that's where it all began. When I got off the Greyhound bus, Wanda from the Emotions, the legendary Emotions, picked me up from the Greyhound station. So she was the first person that I met when I got off the bus. And I remember looking around. I was in Hollywood, and I was like, where are the stars? I want to see the stars. Where's Mike? I was like, where's Michael Jackson? And then it's deep because words are powerful, because I kept speaking that I wanted to meet Michael Jackson. I wanted to meet Michael Jackson. And then when I did Star Search, and when I did a musical after Star Search called Get Happy, and John McClain, who was now over Michael Jackson's estate, heard me singing in the musical and signed me to A&M Records when I was 11 years old. And she found the commercial. Sorry. So it's so deep because I was 8 years old saying I want to meet Michael Jackson, and then at 11, the guy who worked with Michael Jackson signed me to A&M. And I finally got to meet Michael Jackson.
I thought you were going to go in the deep cut and be like, later I married Michael Jackson.
No. I got to sing on 3 of his records, some backgrounds on 3 of his records.
No, I'm talking about Flex, did he not play him?
Oh, that's hilarious.
I see where you're
That's
going.
like, wait,
You really spoke that into existence.
yes,
Hilarious.
you tripled it. Oh, so
yeah.
where Jimmy James just hit me off like, wait, who? How'd you pull that off? Like, he wants to know.
Flex.
Magic.
You
That
know,
is crazy.
yeah,
Shout him
Flex,
out.
he did play Michael, but I just want to say this. When Flex auditioned for that, as a matter of fact, he didn't even audition. He just had a meeting, and they told him that it was going to be authorized, like Michael was going to be involved, and the music was going to be in the movie. Like, and then once he got the part, everything changed. They said it's unauthorized.
Didn't they lighten them up?
Yeah, the makeup was terrible.
Boy.
The hair was terrible. Like, I just feel so bad because
When I
Flex,
tell you, we
who would
watched
turn that down,
We
though?
watched
Nobody.
that
Yeah, you're
on the
right.
tour bus like
oh,
daily. I know that movie by heart.
I thought like I Flex did a great job. The movie wasn't great. The hair and makeup and all that wasn't good. But Flex put his heart and soul into
Yeah, he
it.
did.
So
Yeah.
I gotta give a shout out to my baby Flex because
Yeah.
Ride or die.
Do you remember the songs that you sang back grounds for Michael on?
Keep the Faith. It's a song
That
that
was on-
Saida
On Dangerous.
It was on Dangerous.
Yeah,
yeah.
Saida
Okay.
Garrett
Saida
wrote
Garrett
with him.
wrote it.
Gotcha.
And after he passed, Behind the Mask, I got to it's not scat, ad-lib with him at the end of that, and I did backgrounds on top of that. And then You'll Be There.
Okay, gotcha.
So, yeah.
So, okay, Tracie, I would like to know, do you remember your first musical memory? Like, in terms of you having a talent, or what's your first musical memory in life?
My dad was he had 2 bars that he opened in Waterloo, Iowa. They were jazz bars, and he would let me come in and help clean up like in the mornings, and he would play music, and then I would sing along, and he was just kind of like, well, it's interesting, like, so he started bringing records home, and he bought me a record player. And the first record that he played for me was Teena Marie. And I just started listening to it, and then I was trying to memorize all her lyrics.
Really?
And then he gave me Diana Ross, and I would memorize them. But the funny thing is, I didn't want anyone to come downstairs and, like, watch me. So my mom, my sister, and everybody, and my dad, they would sit on the stairs, and they would listen to me. They would be peeking.
Were you
I'm like,
aware?
you guys can't look at me. Yeah. That's so cute. And I would just be down there in front of the mirror, just like dancing and singing and pretending I was Diana Ross or Teena Marie. And my dad was like, wow, like, she really likes to sing. I much rather be in the house singing and listening to records than being outside playing with.
All right.
In the
So you're in the reluctant hero kind of.
This woman disappeared for 30 years. What do you mean?
Yes, not reluctant.
Yeah, she's
really
not reluctant at all.
Not really.
She's very adamant about staying the fuck out of her face. And that is the energy I respect. Like,
That is
you have a
true.
kindred spirit to me. I'm just letting you know. Like,
Oh God, yeah, he's like.
Oh, wait, so now what's your sign?
Cancer.
Okay.
I'm Capricorn, but it's,
All right.
saying, I'm with it.
Yeah, my sister.
Are we even sure that that's Tracie Spencer? Do we know that for a fact?
You know what I mean? So we getting MF Doom right now? Like,
I could be.
Clone? No,
I
just
could
kidding.
be.
I'm actually Stacey Spencer.
Joking.
That happened once with you remember Redhead Kingpin was like capping people. Do you not remember like this guy? Why he would choose Redhead Kingpin of anybody like?
Because who else is going to do that?
Right.
It's an open market.
No, but he like he would like go to nightclubs and for $5,000 like do the right thing and we don't have a plan B and whatever, and then like 2 years later he finally got caught.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah. Thank God for social media.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
wouldn't fly now.
that is random. So, at what point? Well, I guess because you two are such at a young age, can I assume that like the decision to put you or the baby steps into putting you into show business was made for you, or was it like was there ever talk like, would you like to do this for real or whatever, or like?
Yeah, my dad, he was always asking me because my one of my brothers, the one who actually does some vocals on Tender Kisses, and he co-wrote it, and
He used to do
That's
interviews
him?
with you on like.
That's her brother.
Yeah.
brother.
That's his I was always wondering who the male voice was on that song.
That's my
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah, I used to see anytime he did interviews, like your brother would be. in
He was with
proximity
me
or
a
whatever.
lot. Yeah. But he taught himself how to play the piano. So he used to. My parents got us a piano, and I would sing, and he would just write songs, and we would do that. That's when I kind of moved from the basement to upstairs, and then I became less shy, and then neighbors would come over and get free concerts.
Okay. Was there ever like a thought of like you guys would be like an updated black version of the Carpenters or anything like?
Actually, we did. We thought we were gonna do that. Like he'd play keys, and I would sing.
Do you play instruments?
I play the guitar.
Okay.
Yeah, but
So what are the steps that lead to, well, first of all, leaving Iowa and pursuing your.
my dad met this guy named Stan Plesser, who was a manager for like Ozark Mountain Daredevils in Kansas City, and he also had a coffee shop that he had like Steve Martin would come in and do stand up and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay, I'm reading Steve Martin's book right now about his life as a stand-up comedian,
Yeah.
and he talks about like
That.
literally gives a step-by-step journey of like every place he kept diaries and everything. So.
Which is crazy.
Wow. Okay. That's
Yeah,
what's up.
and he so Stan ended up seeing my dad perform with his band one day, and my dad was like carrying a cassette of me around. He's like, I have a daughter, and he's like, well, how old is she? Like 20? And he's like, she's 10.
Wait, what?
She's 10, but she can sing. And he's like, what am I gonna do with a 10-year-old child? And he's like, just listen to it. Like, she really wants to be a singer. So he listened to it, and then his idea was, let's get her on Star Search. Wow. So I was like, I have an idea. I'm going to direct my own video. So
At 10?
at 10.
Wow.
So we asked the public library in Cedar Falls, Iowa.
Wait,
I'm learning so much about
I
Iowa.
know,
Like,
I know.
But I like that she thinks Iowa's funny too, even though she's from there. Like she can't say Iowa with a straight face. That's
First of all,
Funny, 'cause no
there's
one-
all these cities and townships in Iowa.
it's the whole state.
yeah.
Yeah, anytime you say it, I feel like there's a glisten. Like, I see now. All right.
Oh, my God.
I don't know if you know there's cities in Iowa, but it's just like one state. That's it. Everybody's from
All right,
that.
so say the city again. Go ahead.
Cedar Falls.
Anytime you mention a city in Iowa, you're getting the hard treatment.
hilarious.
Oh, my God, I love that.
And so, all right, so
So I asked the public library in Cedar Falls if I could use their basement to shoot a video.
okay.
And they're like, okay, whatever. So I got like some people from the local news station to come shoot the footage.
Wow. Oh, y'all was connected.
Yeah. That was my dad. My dad, like everybody knew my dad. And
For half a second, I was like, wait, at 10, are you like...
Yeah.
I would just be like, Daddy, can we get this person? He's like, I'll make a call. And he'd make a call. And then
And it was that easy.
It was that easy. People
Wow.
were excited because they were like, what? You're going to try and get on Star Search? Like, that's cool. We want to be a part of it. So I recorded a demo, but the only, like, tracks I could find that had no lead vocals was Do Me Baby by Melissa Morgan.
Oh, wow.
She was
Wait,
That's why she was singing all these grown songs.
That's right.
Like,
no, that song's past groom.
That's hilarious.
Okay. And what was the other record?
Do Me Baby, How Will I Know, Whitney Houston.
Okay.
Right.
Do me, baby.
I don't even want to hear you sing Do Me Baby. That's weird. That's weird.
As a baby.
As a baby.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the third song was Missing You, Diana Ross.
Oh, I
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I called all my friends from like school and some cousins, and they sat on the floor and watched me do like this performance, and they were like dancing, and we sent that video into Star Search, and that's how I got onto Star Search.
How long was it before you got the call?
Like 3 months later.
Okay. And now, what is your journey to Star Search?
I auditioned for Star Search. I think I went into a room and had to sing and do like a full audition. And I can't remember how quickly they called back because it was so long ago. I was 11 at the time.
But can you walk us through? Because I always wanted to know like the step-by-step process of like, do you show up? Are there other kids? Are they all like me? Are they?
There were
are they
kids.
trying to intimidate you?
Yeah, there were kids
Backstage
backstage.
moms?
There were backstage moms. Yeah, there were kids backstage. You know, warming up like you said.
Were your nerves rattled?
My
or?
mom is a singer also, so everything I did on Star Search, my mom coached me. Like she was like, "Okay, put your arms at." She said, "At the end, put your arms up in the air like Diana Ross, and then look him in the eyes on this part, and then walk on this part." And
Right.
and so when backstage, I wanted to play with the kids, and my mom was like, "You know what you're gonna do?" It's like she was literally like biting her nails. She was so scared, and I was like, "Mom, I got this. I'm fine. I got it." And then I went out there and I remembered everything she taught me, and I won.
Were there any in your experiences backstage? Were there any notable figures that we might know now that were also
not on
in
my
that?
episode?
At least
No
Tracie.
Justin,
But remember Tracie, the model that would win like
Oh,
that she
Tracie.
won.
But that was she was
they
like
were on my
84.
episode.
Okay.
Yeah. What happened to her?
Right. She's
Yeah,
like
I
the
remember.
longest
I
one.
remember her.
Yeah.
Not on my episode, but I know there's the Justin Timberlakes and the
Beyonce's
Beyonce,
on there.
everybody
Right.
who was
Okay.
on there. But
Well, the
yeah.
girl that I was competing against, she was 5, and she was the girl who played Curly Sue.
I remember that movie with John.
Yo, you want to know something?
Wow.
She is a crazy hip hop head. Like, I forget.
And wasn't
Can
she
someone
on
look up
The
who
Voice?
played Curly Sue?
Recently, or like
What?
a couple seasons ago, or before COVID, she was on The Voice.
She's doing something active. I think I'm accidentally following her, but whatever the kid, like she's
Allison
doing
Porter.
accidentally.
Allison Porter.
Yeah, like I know, like we connected for some other reason, and then I looked back and I was like, wait, this is Curly Sue, and then she's like, yeah, all throughout college, I saw the roots and da 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 da. So I'm just trying to put in my head that person like knew who the roots was, but she was of age or whatever.
You know, I have to give a shout out to Tasha Scott because she was the girl that I was up against on Star Search, and she ended up being a really big actress. She was in the TV show South Central.
Okay.
With Lorenz Tate.
Maya Campbell.
Yeah. So Tasha Scott. Shout out to Tasha Scott. So she was on my episode.
So how nerve-wracking is the experience of Star Search as you're doing it and waiting to be judged on the line and all those things, like especially at that young of an age?
I remember, for me, for some reason, I think I just kind of blocked it out. Like, but I remember backstage, I would hear kids cry, like if they didn't win.
Right.
I don't know if you experienced that, but I saw kids crying backstage.
Would you at least
really
get your
sad.
own like room so that you're not like after the battle's over? Like, do you also have to walk backstage together and stay in the same room? And because I would imagine
we didn't share rooms.
No, we didn't share rooms.
Oh, phew. Okay, great.
No.
'Cause that was just.
I just remember a bunch of kids backstage.
There were always a lot of kids.
That's all I remember.
Okay.
And my dad would tell me I couldn't play with them. No, like you could play with the kids.
No,
Dad would let me
my
play.
mom, I was trying to play with the kids, and my mom was like, "Get over here and work on that song."
Yeah, my dad was like, "No, we don't have time for that."
Oh, okay. Well, 'cause that way.
He's like, "You have Barbies in your room. Just you're good."
Was that in terms of like? Was that for like to
Stay
give you a
focused.
more competitive edge or?
Yeah, because I'm not very competitive in that sense. Like, I'm just like, I want to sing and
Me
I'm going to
neither.
go have fun. And my dad's like,
I just want to play.
this is a different, game here, little
Okay.
girl.
My mom was focused on like coaching me, but one thing I got to give a shout out to my mom. She was never a stage mom. Like, I wanted to do it. Like, I was never forced. Even when I got my record deal, my mom sat me down. I was 11 years old. She said, "Are you sure? Because we don't have to do this contract. Are you sure this is what you want to do?" And I'm like, "This is my dream." Yeah. So my mom was never that stage mom that like forced me.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you pick out your own dress on Star Search? Me and Bill were just
checking out your outfit.
But your outfits were so opposite. It was so funny.
My
I
outfit was Tracie though.
Wait, Tracie looks
cute.
She's a
hair
grown
looks
woman.
amazing.
No, Tracie's a
I
grown
got
woman.
that outfit from
Now
Ross.
that outfit, I'd wear that today.
Me too. That's why I was like,
But
that's
my
definitely
outfit,
on like grown woman.
I had on a fluffy it was made. Mine was custom
You
made.
look like a fairy. Like
Wait, can I see it for
Yes,
She looks like Tinkerbell.
My
do
dress. I
remember
don't know
that.
what we were thinking with my dress.
And there's like the
Look
hand
how-
motions are real.
Look
Oh,
how
wow.
look how fluffy my dress is.
Did you sing as soon as I get home? What did you, do you know what you sang?
I did the greatest love of all and
Okay.
Somewhere Over the Rainbow, the
So-
Patti LaBelle version.
Oh, with the, why can't I?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good Star Search song. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lord knows,
that is
Sam
a
Harris
Star
wore
Search
that
song.
joint out for like,
God, he did.
like
He
19
did.
weeks in a row.
Sam Harris. I remember that.
I remember
Sam
once they
Harris.
just cut to the chase. They did, like he kept singing it week after week after week, and then one day he just came
That's
out like
true, he kept
just went to the
singing
end.
They give people the money note.
Yeah, used just like 2 minutes up just for that. What? So how many episodes are shot? Is it week by week, or is it just like you just do a whole bunch of episodes until?
Bro, I don't remember.
You know what? For me, it was like I won. I sang the greatest love of all, won, and then I went back the next week and won again when I did Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and then I won. That was the finals. So I only did like
You
two
did
performances.
two.
Okay, and how many did you
I
do?
did 3 against, well, 2 against just me and Allison Porter. That was her name. Curly
Okay.
Sue, Allison Porter. And then we kept tying. So then they brought a third person in for the
Oh,
semifinals.
Mine was different.
Yet they could not, because when they would have the judges vote, it was the same. Like it was
wow.
even.
Wow.
4.5.
Yeah.
Right.
It was 4.5 all around the table. So yeah, they brought a third girl in, and then I beat both of them, and I was like,
Yay,
That's what's up.
Trace.
yeah.
I remember when I won. I got to say this: Ed McMahon he was so excited that I won that he threw the envelope up in the air. Like
Really?
he was really happy that I won.
Nice. So immediately, how fast did the record deals come after Star Search? Like, what's the path to getting the record deal? Is it demos first, meeting a producer, then?
For me, I did Star Search, and then right after Star Search, John McClain heard me and singing it. I was singing in a musical.
Mhm.
He heard me sing. He said he wanted to sign me like immediately. I sat in Herb Alpert's office and had to sing for him a cappella, and I sang for Herb Alpert,
How nerve-wracking was that?
and I had a deal. It was
Okay.
like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we've been in existence for 7 years, and one of the most elusive characters of all time is John McClain.
John McClain.
And literally, like this show might as well be called 6 Degrees to John McClain, because literally he's connected to everyone.
Yes.
But he's so elusive. He even
Yes.
gifted me John Robinson's Off the Wall snare, like the Rock With You intro snare. Like I have that,
Wow.
but he won't meet me.
Right.
So-
I haven't seen
Wow.
John. I talked to him like the day Michael passed away.
Right.
I talked to John, and then after that, I haven't talked to him since. Like it's
Have we
hard.
checked Iowa?
It's hard to reach him.
right.
It's so hard
Could
to
very
reach
well
him.
be in Iowa.
Yeah.
Shit, even the piano episode. That's who he's running to meet, John McClain.
But
so.
he reached out through email and wanted me to sing on the Behind the Mask after
Right.
Michael passed, and I
Right.
did that, and that was because of John McClain.
Wow.
But I haven't seen him physically seen him
Physically seen
in
John
years.
McClain.
Okay,
That's
so
wild.
you got to be his proxy. Like, what is he like, and why is he so damn mysterious?
Well, I haven't seen him in a long time, but he, for me, when I was younger, he was like a father figure to me.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great musician. He's a guitarist. I don't know if you know that. He plays guitar.
Mhm.
And he was very, very strict, too. Like, he told me, like, he sat me down. He says, okay, you're an artist now. You make sure when you go out, when you walk out the door, make sure you have your clothes are together. Make sure you look right. You know, when you're going to the grocery store, you gotta look good. When you go to
Prepping
the
you?
you know, yeah.
Oh, I'm like
So-
now. I love looking bummy.
But no, he really believed in my project, and he really believed in me. And I just want to, if John's listening, I love you, I miss you, and I hope to see him one day.
Yeah, come and get your flowers on the show,
One day soon.
John
Yeah.
McClain.
Pull up, pull up.
Stop
Yeah.
avoiding us. Okay, so the way that I was aware of you was actually because I was a major fan of Bryan Loren. So
I love Bryan Loren.
you know, Brian's Lollipop, his first single, Lollipop Love, was like a major jam in Philadelphia.
Yes.
So
I remember Lollipop Love.
Right. So anything that I saw with his name on it, I was just like, oh, it must be a jam because he did it. So I didn't know about you or whatever.
Yes.
And the thing that I was really shocked about was, okay, so at the time I was, I hate sounding like grandpa. Okay, kids, before streaming,
No, we're all in the same boat.
there was Columbia House. And so,
Oh, yeah, you take it back.
right. So the way that Columbia House, before streaming, the way that,
it was 12 albums for $1.
right,
A penny.
you get, they get you to, or
It was the original Spotify.
yes, it was. Like you get 15 joints for free, but the hard part about Columbia House is that they will then send you a whole bunch of other records, and if you don't want them, you have to send it back. But
They
sort of,
charge you for them.
yeah, sort of knowing the lazy nature of how Americans are, then it's like I don't feel like mailing that back. So
Oh, wow.
pretty
Yeah,
much
that was the
I
between.
never heard of that.
Oh yeah, that was the scam basically.
Yeah.
It's like how like when you sign up for card, if you like streaming services to give you like a trial period and then a credit card, and if you don't cancel it, then that was what Columbia House was.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
the trick is to sign up with a card that's gonna
In your
gonna
grandma's
expire in,
name,
like, yeah, sign up with a card that's gonna expire in like a week, and it's like it's over.
in your uncle's name, and your grandma's, your next door neighbor. So yeah, that's like so pretty much. And because I checked off all the check, so this is how like a lion's share of what I know about music.
Yeah.
Like I didn't feel like mailing back those Debbie Gibson things. So she thought I was
my girl.
trolling her. Like, wait, you really know my music? I was like,
I
yeah.
love
Like I didn't feel
Debbie.
like mailing the thing back. So I was like, all right, might as well listen to what she
Practice
has.
Debbie Gibson.
Right,
That's
exactly.
couple.
They was
I
peers.
had
That's
to.
crazy. Y'all were
Yes,
peers.
Yeah. Still friends with Debbie Gibson.
Yeah.
So, you know, when I got it and I saw Bryan Loren, I said, all right, let me listen to it. But not only, in my opinion, was the record adult, but it was actually like amazingly like ass kicking.
Thank
Because
you.
normally
Thank
I
you.
know like when music comes from anyone under the age of 21, they'll really try to like pander to an artist. Like even Candy Girl feels like it's an elementary school jam. You know what I mean? Like
right.
not. I can't imagine Lou Rawls singing to the music of Candy Girl.
Candy Girl. Oh, that was right.
Yeah,
That
but
would probably
like
be amazing.
but-
Actually.
no half stepping and yo. Here's the funny thing: first car accident ever. I think He's So Cute just came at the
so
top.
Cute.
Just
he
came
really
with a
knows
side
the
too.
album.
I know.
Oh my God.
So like the music process of making that first record,
Yeah.
like how.
Well, I got to say this. Before I get into Bryan Loren, I have to mention when I signed to A&M Records, the first producer I worked with was Teena Marie.
Oh wow.
What?
I was 11 years old. She wrote a song. I'm going to send it to everybody because I want you to hear it. It was called You Met Your Match. She wrote that for me. I have it on I just downloaded it, so I'll send it to you guys.
Right.
But I did a song with Tina, Ricky Bell, and Ralph Tresvant from New Edition produced a record on me. I did a whole album.
Wait, what?
I did a whole
Yeah.
album that was never released because John wanted to change the direction. I had Dick Rudolph, who was married to Minnie Ripertson. He was the executive producer.
Right.
And I worked with Leon Ware.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I have all these songs that was never released. So after a while, my voice started to change, and John said, "Nah, I want to change the direction." So he put me in the studio with Bryan Loren, and Bryan Loren did that. The Discovery did the whole album. We did that album probably in like 2 to 3 months. Like it didn't take us long to record. But I'm a shy person naturally, but I was super shy then. And I just remember in the studio, Bryan Loren with all those ad libs and all of that stuff was Bryan Loren. Like he said, do this, try this run, do this harmony. So I learned so much from Bryan Loren. But towards the end, I got to tell you this story. It's hilarious. So I was really shy about ad libs and I'm just learning how to record and all this stuff. So he got tired of giving me all of my parts and my ad libs. So I was singing a song called "The Way You Love Me."
Right. Okay.
Right. And so I'm waiting for him to give me the next part, the next ad lib, and he's like, "I'm tired of giving you ad libs." He said, "You figure it out yourself." And he just let the track run and walked out the door. And I was like, and all of a sudden at the end, when I hit that long note at the end, I went, I hit this long note and just held it. And then that was my first time ad-libbing by myself. So I was super excited. And Bryan, I did do unsung, and Bryan he did my unsung with me. And he told me, he said, "You know what? I never got to tell you as a kid, but I was really proud of you on what you did on The Way You Love Me." But Bryan Loren was very, very hard on me. Okay. Like very hard on me. When I did the whistle note on Just a Game, he was like, I couldn't figure out how to hit the note, and he was like, he pulled a lot out of me that I didn't think I had in me.
For you, what were the hours like? Like, what's your general daily regimen for that period of making your first record? Like, where's school balance? Where's home balance?
Yeah, I think I was still in school, so I would go to school, and then right after school, I'd go straight to the studio. And I watched Bryan, like those tracks and everything. I'd sit there and watch him write the songs and make the beats, and I would be in the studio from getting out of school till like nighttime, basically. Okay. And I would just sit there and watch him create the songs. And
were you allowed to?
He played on everything. Like there was no musicians on the record. Like Bryan played the guitar, the bass, everything on the record. Wow. Oh, and Karen White sang backgrounds on Can You Dance?
Really?
Wow. I know a lot of people don't know that, but
nice.
That's
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Were you two allowed at all to have a say, like, I like the song. What do you think of this song? Like, does that question ever get asked, or was it like, okay, here's the chart, and we're gonna just go song for song, and this is what you're gonna sing? Like, are you given any leverage or agency in?
Back then, I kind of just listened to the label.
Okay.
Back then, as I got older, I'm like, I know, I started to learn who I am and what I like, what I don't like, and but back then, no, I just listened.
Now, in your case, I know at the time, so when your first album comes out, you were 11, 12. So I know you probably can't answer this question, but I always marvel. So yes, hide and seek. She was.
That was way too grown, Tracie.
Right.
Oh my God! I'm singing this.
Writing for
It's a different time, man.
She's talking about playing games. What?
It was a different time.
It was a different.
Well, the thing is that I brought this up on previous episodes before. There's this amazement I have whenever an album comes out. And the first song is a ballad.
Yes, I thought the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing. I was like, whoa, she opened with because I would have thought like At Least Symptoms of True Love would be like the first song that would red carpet us to your world. But they started with Hide and Seek. So that to me, and yes, it was a mature song for an 11-year-old to sing.
Yeah.
So what was the process of you making your debut record?
Similar to Shanice's in the sense that right after Star Search, I got phone calls from Capitol, CBS Records at the time, and from A&M too. But you were already signed.
Okay.
And that they were like, well, that's not gonna make a whole, like in their mind, they're like, we can't have 2 toddlers. Like we can't do that.
Can I ask though,
It's a record label. It's a daycare.
Is that really true? Is that really true? Because even like I wish Jan would have probably ran down here to have it because he has his own questions. Because even he said it was such an injustice. I mean, I can't get the quote right now, but he's like, it was such an injustice because he feels as though because of Janet's presence there, like had you been on another label with that record, it would have yielded way different results. But do you generally feel, does the consensus here at the table feel that that's true? Like there can only be one person of a certain ilk at a label?
For some reason, I feel like there's room for everybody. Yeah. It just don't put them out at the same time, but I think everybody's unique in their own way. And
I think
but
they didn't
with
know
the
how to navigate.
but with labels,
That's how they
for
think.
some
That's-
reason,
yeah.
they have a hard time. Like they pick one person that they want to really
We have our
push.
black.
Yes.
We're
And
good.
then,
We
yeah.
have
It's
our
like,
black.
it's like the boys, another bad creation. Pick one.
Yeah, so I feel like with the
Yeah.
Discovery album, I felt like I kind of got lost in the shuffle. I really do, because I really did love what Bryan did. I really loved my first
I
album.
don't know what the end results were. Was it a gold record or?
I know Can You Dance? I think we're number one
Right.
in Billboard and everything. As far as sales, I don't even remember. I think it went gold.
But at that time in your life, did you have the wherewithal to know, like, were you like obsessively looking at Billboard, and did you know what a bullet was? Did you?
I didn't know at first, but I learned real
You
fast.
learned fast,
I
okay.
started learning. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, can we ask the ad lib question for Tracie in the album? Because now that I know how old you were, now I want to know when it came to the ad libs for those songs. Because I'm just seeing you in the studio singing hide and seek, like, why are you like it with all of this, but not really knowing. But that's how I used to sing it in my mirror. Why are you? But right, seriously though. But how do you do that as a young girl singing these words and just making it sound like you just know exactly what you're doing, exactly how people are supposed to feel when they listen to this song? Like, how do you do that as a child?
That's it. Well, yeah, that's interesting because when people listen to it, they're like, "You sound like you might know what you're talking about." I had no clue what I was talking about, but a lot of it had to do with my dad. He would sit in the studio with me and he would help me with ad libs, and the girl who did the demo, because the producer was Ollie Brown.
Yeah, I was gonna say you worked with
Ali
Yeah.
Brown,
Jerry. Oh yeah.
former
Ali and Jerry.
Jackson's drummer, and Ali and Jerry
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. And
Stevie.
she would sit in there and sit in the booth with me as well and help me get through it as well. Because, I mean, being in a studio was a whole new territory, and I was working out of Ray Parker Jr.'s studio, and just the history behind that.
Oh, Ali, of course.
Yeah.
They're both Stevie Wonder disciples, so
Yes.
of course, I
Yes.
see that connection now.
And then singing Imagine. Who decided that you were going to, this was a thing, to sing Imagine?
This is an interesting story, but I went to see the movie Cry Freedom.
Okay.
Denzel, the Stevie Biko joint. Yeah.
Yes. And after seeing that movie, I've always been a huge Beatles fan too growing up. And something about seeing that movie, remembering that song, and I remember saying to my manager, I said, I want to remake Imagine. And he's like, well, it's Capitol. It should be easy to do. They were part of the Beatles were part of Capitol.
Wow.
And so it was very easy to get that done, and I recorded it at in Capitol Records at the same studio. So
Slight confession time, because again, I love dismantling people's.
oh Lord.
No. I love dismantling people's thoughts of me being like the all-knowing czar of music. But I'll admit that maybe the first time that I completely heard Imagine
thought
as
it
a
was her
song
version.
was her version.
Mine
No,
too.
I knew it was
Mine
John
too.
Lennon's,
Yeah.
but it's not like I'm going to gravitate to his. And,
Gravitated to
her
hers.
joint was always on BT and like everywhere. So,
Brilliant.
like, I think most Beatles songs have come to me through black people first. And then,
And
Nah,
you're like,
that
oh, that
Jealous
was the
Guy was like
Beatles.
that.
Yeah.
right. Jealous Guy from Donny Hathaway.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
That's Jealous
by
Guy
Donny
is not
Hathaway.
Donny Hathaway's song?
Oh no.
No.
Oh.
That's John
Well,
Lennon.
it's
That's
not,
John
but
Lennon.
it is now.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Okay.
Yeah. So, so was Ali the sole producer of the first record, or did you work with multiple producers?
I worked with a couple other producers. Do not ask me who they were at this point in time.
Wayne Edwards was one of them.
Yes.
Yeah. Wayne.
Yes.
That's the name I do
He
know.
A&R'd the album
Okay.
too. Yeah. But Ollie Brown was brought in to help kind of shape and mold the album and create the sound to what they were looking for. Because at first they really didn't know. They were saying, let's, dress her up and make her into like a mini Diana Ross. And as much as I'm going, Diana Ross, I'd love to be Diana Ross. And then my dad was like, I don't get it. Like, how is that going to work? Put her in gowns and have, 11-year-old prancing around singing love songs. And so they were like, okay, that's not going to work. They just didn't really know what to do.
Yeah, I was going to say, there was no precedent for any of you because, I mean, by 86, 87, you know, I mean, we had New Edition, like someone young, but really, like who are you guys looking up to as far as like your age proximity? Janet, maybe, but even that, she's like 20, so she probably seemed like an adult.
She was definitely running the industry then.
Right.
Yeah, she was.
Definitely.
But to you two, she seemed like an adult, correct? Like in our eyes,
Yeah.
we still had like Penny, and
Right.
Penny grew up a little bit, and got whatever. But
as far as like kids
Yeah.
back then, outside of New Edition, I don't
Yeah,
know
it
what
was
that was.
really-
That was
Like,
it. Like I
yeah,
was a
like
huge
those
New
were-
Edition fan.
Yeah. Otherwise, I was listening to the Beatles or
I was listening to Whitney.
Whitney or
Oh.
Teena Marie or some Stevie
Teena
Wonder.
Marie.
Like,
Yes.
yeah.
We were listening to Grown Ups.
Yeah, we were definitely.
That's what it sounded like.
We were listening to Grown Ups.
So can you talk about the process? Because I mean, both these albums made impacts and splashes. Can you talk about the process of like what it was like promoting, and especially like at the time when, you know, I do know that like between Debbie Gibson and Tiffany, there was like mall activity and
Oh, I remember
learning
that.
alternative
mall
ways.
tours.
Yeah, mall tours. I
So
think
were you guys a
Tiffany
part
did
of that
the
at all?
mall.
She did.
I never did a mall tour. Did you ever do a
I
mall
did some malls.
Wait, no. Wait, hold up. I'll take that back. I've done some malls, but I never did like a full tour.
Not a full
But
tour.
I've done some appearances and I've done some mall stuff. Yeah.
Those were weird.
Yeah.
I can't say I enjoyed the
No,
malls.
but I enjoy it because I love seeing all the people. Like I love seeing a crowd and people were singing my songs, and so I always enjoy it, whether that be at the mall or on in a theater. I just always loved seeing people.
What was your mall experiences like?
Weird. Actually, the first song I ever sang at a mall, this is going to be very weird, was The Rainbow Connection.
In
from
Kermit's
the
voice?
Muppets. No!
was
But
wow.
I did have
level.
Kermit with me. I did. Very
Wow, that's cool.
weird. It was so
I love this
weird.
person.
Thank God we found her.
Right, yeah.
All right, so Bill Sherman right here, in addition to his illustrious credits as part of the team that brought you Hamilton and In the Heights and other things, but Bill Sherman's basically the Joe. When I say the Joe Raposo of Sesame Street, he all things music right now. Like he runs Sesame Street. So
Whoa.
Wow.
yeah, and I just learned
cool,
yesterday.
isn't it?
The commercial
It's
break
cool.
about me. We're
Yeah.
not talking about me. Move on.
You know what? I just
Take your flowers, Bill.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm honored.
I just did the Sesame Street did a reboot called the Mega Builders.
Right.
So I'm on the theme song.
I heard this today. which is
Yeah,
amazing.
I'm singing on the theme
Okay.
song.
You didn't know this?
I did it. I don't work on that particular thing, but it is great, and you sound. I did listen to it today. And you sound amazing.
Oh, thank you. So that was exciting with
Wait,
Eric,
what is
with
Mega
Eric
Builders?
Bellinger.
It's a cartoon with Elmo, Abby, and Cookie Monster, where
They're like superheroes.
yeah, they're like
Oh, wow.
superheroes.
Oh,
Mechanical.
Yeah.
I
with
just
Eric
asked you
Bellinger.
in another episode, is Sesame Street thinking about pivoting off of the formula that we know? I didn't.
Oh well, I mean, they just do like side other shows and a lot of more animated stuff. So this is just another example.
It's
of that.
animated,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
really
Oh.
cool,
Let's see.
and you sound great. The song's good.
You sound great.
Thank you.
Unpaid bill
Does she ever
approved.
not?
That's cool.
So okay, so you sang Rainbow Connection
Yes.
at the mall.
I did.
Nice.
Good mall song.
At the mall with Kermit.
That's the thing. It was my own personal Kermit.
Oh no, you didn't say that. Okay,
Oh,
that's
wow.
different.
Ventriloquist, Robin Thede,
yes.
Iowa.
Now we know what
Iowa.
Iowa people do.
Do you know Robin Thede or Tracie Spencer?
I do, not personally, but okay, let's not do that.
Sorry.
It's all about Iowa.
I thought Neil Long. No, that's
Oh my
Kansas. That's
God.
Kansas.
So
Yeah.
both of you made significant strides in your sophomore records. Time went by, you guys grown up, and you adjusted from like into real teenage years. Can you talk about working with Narada Michael Walden for I Love Your Smile?
Working with Narada was the best. He did the whole entire album. The first day I met him, he said, write down a bunch of titles. Like, just come up with some titles off the top of your head. And I came up with every title on the album except Silent Prayer. He had Silent Prayer already written with Johnny Gill.
Right.
He had that already written. But all of the titles.
Does he talk mysterious like this?
Oh yeah, he's yeah.
Yeah. I get scared.
He's very, very, very gentle and kind.
Yes.
But vocally, like he pulled a lot out of me. All the songs were like in like a high range. I remember saying, Narada, can we bring the key down just a little bit? He says, no, you can do it. You can do it.
So he pushes you.
He really pushed me.
I was going to say for him to work with, because he works with powerhouse singers like Aretha, and
Whitney.
But he's so gentle.
Yes.
That I can't imagine. Like,
but I like his
in Luther's
gentleness.
memoir, Luther talks about like
I like it though.
Yeah.
But does he have a kind of?
No, he was very
He'll
like
coax it out of you.
Yeah, like he pulled a lot out of me, but like you said, he was very like kind and gentle, and in the studio there was candles everywhere, so it was like the environment was just really just calm and relaxing. And then I'm a teenager, and it just I don't know, it was great. I have no complaints. Every song that we did, I just fell in love with. Like every song we recorded ended up on the album. There wasn't a song that we recorded that didn't make it. Like,
can I ask?
It was just great.
Did I Love Your Smile? Was that the last thing you guys made?
Good theory.
I think it was towards the end. It wasn't the last song, but it was towards the end.
Okay.
Yes. And
I have a theory that mega hits are always the last thing recorded.
I got to say this about I Love Your Smile. I came up with the title because people say I smile all the time. They say, you always smile.
Really?
So I came up with the title. I co-wrote the song with him and his team, but I didn't think it was the right first single.
You didn't think it was? You didn't know it was the song?
No, I didn't. Because at the time, I'm going to be honest, I listened to a lot of hip hop. Like I loved rap. And I just felt like it's not hard enough. Like it's too soft. It's too happy. It's too, I said, people are going to laugh at me and think I'm corny. And so I remember sitting in Gerald Busby's office, and he told me I Love Your Smile is going to be the first single. And I said, no, it should be Silent Prayer with Johnny Gill. Don't put out I Love Your Smile. And he says, I'm not changing it. It's I Love Your Smile. And I remember crying. I was in his office crying because I thought it was the wrong first single. I was like, no, people are gonna laugh at me. And then because I rapped on it and everything, I wanted to be low key. I was a rapper in my head, and so I wanted to rap. And I was like, but this rap doesn't sound hard like MC Light and Salt Pepper.
I was gonna say, who are you looking at? Who are you looking at the time that was like, this is what
like
I want to?
MC. I wanted to be MC Light so bad. Like I would. The Salt Pepper, Queen Latifah, and as I got a little older, Little Kim. Like, I know that sounds crazy. I told Little Kim that I was a big fan, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, you listen to my music?" I'm like, "Yes, I love your music." So I'm a big hip hop fan.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's something about that song that, and I can't describe. I don't know how to accurately describe Earth, Wind and Fire's music in terms of like, there's something so joyous. And what I specifically remember about the release of that song came right when the Desert Storm war was happening.
That's why I wanted Silent Prayer first, because of the war.
Yeah.
So.
But what you don't know is, that was such a dark time.
It's like Barbenheimer.
Right.
Yes. Exactly.
Such a dark time, but because the song, it was a joyous song, but I was, 12, I think, when it came out, but nah, man, that record, I was a huge hip hop fan as well, but that was always a song that it was joyous, but we never thought it was corny. Like we weren't looking.
Thank God.
As a hip hop
it made
fan, you feel good
for it to be hard. Or You just accept it for
because you need a balance, and that's the thing. And I understand what you mean. Like some artists don't. Like again, it's showing joy in that level of vulnerability. Like people might think like, you weak or whatever. Like come hardcore. But that song like was necessary. And even though like, I mean, at the time when, 91?
Yeah,
I was like 20.
Right.
So not like I consider my part of the psychographic, like that, your age. But even I was like, hey, this song makes me happy.
Oh, I'm so glad I could make people happy with that song.
No, it's needed. And it still works today.
Yes.
Wait, I got to say this. I went online and Snoop Dogg was on Instagram singing "I Love Your Smile," and I was thinking back like, wow, I thought people were gonna think I was corny, and the hardest of the hardest, Snoop Dogg is sitting there singing "I Love Your Smile," and then Chris Brown, thank you to Chris Brown
Oh
for
my God.
Undecided.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Chris.
Talk about a reinvention of a song.
Yes.
What did you think when you first heard that?
Loved it. What happened was, I'm going to tell you how this happened. So Bill Bellamy called Flex and said, Chris Brown is trying to reach you and Shanice. And he was like, and Flex said, the singer Chris Brown? And then and Bill Bellamy said, nah, the preacher. Like, they're comedians, so they joke.
Right.
So he gave us Chris's number, and Chris just wanted to get my approval before the label, had to clear it and all that. He wanted me to hear it first to see if I approved it first and if I liked it. And they sent me the song. I loved it, and I'm like, yes, please do it. I love it.
He carried that feeling, that joy feeling. That was kind of crazy.
I
Everybody,
love the way he flipped.
It's like between him and Beyonce, what they did to those two songs, like the Frankie Beverly.
Oh, Frankie Beverly.
Yeah, it just was a beautiful reinvention.
I agree with you.
I just wanted to know the do was that do
right.
Was that on paper, or was that just like, oh, I'm feeling this?
We wanted to have like a catchy we wanted to have something where, like, whatever language you speak, you could sing along to it. So, anybody can sing that, whether you speak Spanish, French, whatever. So, that's where that came about.
And why Branford Marsalis? Because that just felt...
Well, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Branford Marsalis played on the song, and he played on it before I recorded it, so I didn't get to work with Branford Marsalis.
Oh, okay.
I still haven't even met Branford Marsalis.
Wow.
I promise you.
Wait, did we ask Branford about that on his episode?
I don't remember meeting Branford.
I would have.
Yeah, Branford, he teaches
we did it
at
separately.
at my alma mater, North Carolina Central in Durham.
Okay.
And so he's still there. We had him on the show a while back, but
I want to talk to him. I would love to
Bonte.
talk to him. We have a record together, and we didn't even we've never been on stage together. or
Hey, it's
anything.
possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Yeah.
If you can find Tracie, you can find Branford Marsalis.
Right.
Exactly. There's a question I've been dying to ask. Okay, so, climbing what I call Mount Minnie is a task.
Oh.
Why? What was the process of remaking "Loving You" for your album?
I was in the studio just playing around, and Narada heard me just singing "Loving You" off the top of my head, and he was like, "We got to do that. We have to do that."
Okay.
So I called Dick Rudolph, and he co-wrote it, so he gave me the approval to do it, and we did it. And I love that song so much that I recorded it twice. So I put out an independent project called Every Woman Dreams in 2006.
Okay.
And I put Loving You on it again because I
redid it.
love
Okay.
it. I love it so much.
I have that record too.
So is there?
I do. I have that record.
So the process of you doing the Make the Difference record, what was different than the first time around? Besides, obviously, you being a little bit older and whatnot. Like, in terms of, was there a discussion on, where to go creatively or any of those things? And
around the time, I even got to work with Narada Michael Walden, too.
Okay.
And yes, because when I went to his studio and he had the Marilyn Monroe pictures that he did of you, and
Yes.
love that picture.
Yeah. We never
And-
put those out.
No, and they're gorgeous.
Yeah.
But he had those at the
Thank
studio, and I went to meet with him just to explore and try to come up with some ideas. And at that time, I had gotten approached to do a song for Super Mario Brothers. And I had just gone through
the soundtrack. Okay, I was just like, whoa,
one.
what the?
Not for the video game, but yes,
Okay.
for the first movie.
I was like, all right, Shauna, let me find out. This guy doing Sega Genesis and Mario. Okay.
Right.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yes. No, and so he wrote a song specifically for that, and I had just gotten out of a relationship, so I was like, a little girl having issues. So anyway,
Yeah, I
we
totally
did that
forgot to ask.
song.
Like, what are your lives into at this point? And like, are you allowed to? Like, because you're celebrities, and I'm certain that you're protected by family and whatnot, and brothers and all that stuff. So, you know, and there's no cell phone, so.
You talking about back then when we were kids? For me, my grandmother was my tour manager.
Oh,
wow. So I was sheltered.
No way.
My grandmother toured the world. She came with me to Japan, Europe, and all those countries. And my grandmother, we shared a room together.
Oh,
so
my
I slept in the same room with my grandma.
Yeah.
So,
So
I was
cute.
very sheltered.
I got you.
Which I'm glad.
Yeah.
Because now that I'm older and I have kids too now, so I hear all the horror stories about how people can take advantage and all that stuff. So I'm glad that my family was there. But I remember being frustrated because I was like, I'm 18 now. Like, can I have my own hotel room? Can I sleep in my own room?
No, ma'am.
And so, so I was very well protected, and I'm so glad I had my grandmother. My mom would travel with me, or my grandmother would travel with me.
What's your social circle like at this point? Like in terms of like friends and like.
I was like, I didn't know you want to answer first. You want me to answer?
Yeah, was that for her or me or both?
Both.
Just in general.
My circle over time has gotten real small.
Okay.
And that's by choice.
Of course, yeah.
You know, either people grow with you or they grow away from you. And also, I don't have like a ton of industry friends. That was never really my thing. I have a lot of like regular people.
So you weren't hanging with MC like just Kermit only?
I mean, at the time, like, when I was younger, most of my friends were industry because that was my life. I was on the road all the time, and I went to Catholic school, but I didn't really get along with many of those kids. I didn't see them enough.
Right.
I was just like this figure that kind of walked in her plaid skirt
Yeah.
and then walked right back out. They're like, who is she? You know, it was very weird, a weird time, so I didn't have many friends.
And my friends, I actually have same friends since second grade, and some of my friends since high school and second grade.
Second episode where
I have like
you and Ed Eckstein.
Yeah. So when I find a good friend, I hold on to like the real ones, you know, and that's why Tracie, I never looked at her as an industry friend. Like I used to go and spend a night at her house and everything. Like,
when did you two first meet?
We can't remember how we met. We just known each other forever.
But it was weird because our personalities are kind of similar. It's like we do complement each other with our personalities. That when we were together, we didn't really even talk about
industry.
We
never talked about music or anything. We just laughed and hung out.
Go hang out.
Now, were your parents cool? Because I also know that some like families will be like, that's the competition. Like,
no,
Mick Jagger.
No,
you don't go over there
like
to the
that.
Beatles.
No.
Okay.
But my family wasn't like that. But they could pick up on energy, and if somebody wasn't cool, they'd say, I don't know, their energy's not cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they never, they always loved Tracie. There was never an issue with Tracie.
No.
But there's a lot of industry people that my mom would go, oh, no.
Yeah, we're not going to throw people under the bus, but there are a lot of industry people that were not very kind.
Not very kind. Not very nice.
They didn't really like us.
And y'all didn't
it's
hang out with the
fine.
bad impressions, too, for y'all, because y'all were, like, kind of fresh in that way. Untouched.
Yeah.
No New Edition hangout.
And at the time, do you remember? Let me ask you a question. When you were signed to Capitol, when you did interviews, they had someone to coach me, to teach me how to do an interview because I'm very shy and
Deanna?
I would give like yes and no answers and stuff like that. So they taught me that if you're in a relationship, you had to lie about it.
Yes,
I had to
told that
lie.
too.
Like I had like a boy. Like if I had a boyfriend back then, I had to say you couldn't say it in an interview.
Yeah,
They want the boys to want you.
Because they said, well, boys
fantasy.
you're gonna lose your male fans.
Yeah.
If you have a
Oh, damn, I didn't
boyfriend.
even
So I
think about
remember
that.
I did a lot of lying.
You did? I love it.
But how,
We all lie.
how, especially in times where like, where Zoom is not a thing, where the internet, like long distance is a real thing, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. How, was it also a lonely existence, like being a goldfish in terms of like, you're a product and you want to take time out and I want to go to this concert or I want to see that movie or I want to hang. What are you guys doing? We're going to a birthday party. Like, was there ever those situations where it's just like you're living a life that most of your friends don't get to experience?
Yeah. Go ahead. You want to answer first? You want me
No, that was hard because I liked sports and I ran track and I played basketball and that stuff kind of got taken away from me.
What was your event in track? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Damn. I was really good at the 100-meter dash. I'm very fast.
Wow.
I'm very fast.
I'm so unathletic. I'm like, what are these terms they're using?
Yeah. 100 meter dash, like 100 meters, run as fast as you can, and the winner is the person
Carl
who
Lewis.
crosses first. Yeah,
Carl Lewis.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
if you weren't singing, you would have probably
been a track star? No.
Yeah.
No, not at all. No, for me, growing up, it was either singing or wanting to be a doctor. Like I always had.
That's what we heard you went to do. That was a rumor. It was like Tracie Spencer. I heard she was a veterinarian somewhere.
Okay, no, like I'm not taking care of your pets.
That was a hard and fast no right there.
No, I am in medical school though, but
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
Like currently,
your
like
life.
right now?
This is dope. Tell us about it. What year are you in medical?
You're going to be Dr. Spencer?
Not a doctor. I'll end up being a PA though. That's the goal.
What's a PA?
Physician's assistant.
You can write scripts though. You can write scripts. So.
What, do you need something?
How do you know?
Yeah.
Well, you know everything.
I've lived a lot of life.
I really don't want
to. But no, that's dope. That
is really dope.
How far are you into completion? Like how much longer you got?
The program I'm in right now will be done by the summer. I have to do an externship, and I think I'm going to do it in surgical tech. So it's like people who go in for surgeries and do pre-ops and post-ops. And
So I guess this means you won't be doing any Tracie Spencer shows because, you just had a whole resurgence and you're doing all this.
Well, I'm figuring that out.
Okay.
I believe I can do both.
I thought it was going to be a Tracie Spencer, Shanice.
Yes. We can tour and then I can do surgeries in the back or I can give you an IV for hydration.
Right. Exactly.
That's an important skill.
Dude, we just... all of the LL tour, we was dripping away.
Wow.
So
Coconut flavored drips, fruity pebble drips. It was amazing. I had diabetes, but it was amazing.
I've never seen your eyes light up so brightly in my life.
No, I never knew there were so many flavors of
Drip?
IV drips. Yeah.
I didn't know
You
that
can taste
either.
it in your body? I'm sorry.
Yes,
I've never
totally.
heard of
Is
that.
I
that
never
really?
heard of that.
That's a real thing. I've never done it, but it is a real thing.
Yeah. Like, and it's weird. Like it's like you feel it in your taste buds and everything. Like,
I don't know about Fruity Pebbles.
I never heard of that.
I don't think that
Well,
Dr. Tracie would recommend
here.
this.
it's
never
not
recommend
named fruity pebble, but it feels, but
it's sweet.
yeah, it tastes sweet like Fruity Pebbles.
And it gives you energy?
I guess so because
diabetes.
to do the tour I just did, you need
Fruity Pebbles does not build up
Well,
your
I'm talking about the
immunity.
drip.
All right.
The drip. Right.
Right. Shanice, I would have asked you, my favorite record of yours of all time is For You.
Thank you. Thank you.
Michelangelo from Portrait, he did that record.
Yes.
Did y'all ever work together anymore? How did that record come
No,
about?
it was myself, Michelangelo, and Eric from Portrait.
Oh, okay.
The three of us
okay.
wrote it together, and it was for the Meteor Man soundtrack. And I just spoke to Michelangelo actually recently. He just redid the track, so we're gonna re-release it. I'm gonna re-sing it and put it back out because the label
it's not on like
it's not.
streaming
You
or
can't stream it anywhere. So I said, well, we might as well just record it and put it back out.
Nah, like that is.
But
I love that record.
that's
Meteor
actually
Man
one of
soundtrack?
that's actually one of my favorite songs too. It was fun to work with them, and I think they did an amazing job on that.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Damn, man, I have so many more questions, and I know we got like
Yeah, like
mere minutes.
2 minutes.
I do want to say one thing.
Yes.
I'm in a musical called 44, and I'm playing Michelle Obama.
Oh wow.
So I want everybody.
How did this
I
come
want
to?
everybody to go to the Bourbon Room. Go to 44obamamusical.com
just
and
gotta
get your
think about that.
tickets. It starts October 11th to November 18th, and it's at the Bourbon Room
In LA?
In LA, in Hollywood, California.
So
I
how
had
did
to
this come
plug
about?
that. So Carrie Gordy, Barry Gordy's son,
Carrie, yes.
Carrie
formerly-
reached out to me.
Do you know
Party Rock?
does the word Apollo mean anything to you?
Yeah.
Okay,
Apollo, yeah.
I love. There's nothing I love more than scaring Carrie or Benny Medina or any other member of that group Apollo. Just.
Oh, I thought you meant the Showtime. The Apollo.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all know about the Apollo?
No. In '78, all those guys, which is weird because it's even connected to McClain. Like, there's this a period in the late '70s, early '80s in which the first generation of teenage Black Hollywood, Kravitzes, the Gordys, Medina, they like formed a group.
Okay.
They, and
It won't hit.
I'll show you after the episode.
And also, I have a vegan lipstick line. It's
Vegan
called,
lipstick.
Bad Voltron.
Yes.
Is this what you're wearing right now?
I'm wearing it right now. It's called
pretty.
Smile by Shanice. So please
See?
support me.
See,
and
LL,
get my
it can
vegan-
happen.
Right.
Get my vegan lipstick.
I love it.
Goes around, comes around. Full circle.
SmileByShanice.com,
But
y'all.
Shanice been diversified. I'm
Okay,
like,
I'm done.
wait, because you also somewhere is your reality show stream anywhere? Because I remember that was a whole era.
Oh
too,
yeah,
for a second.
it's. I mean, you can find it on YouTube. I think it's on Oprah Winfrey's on
OWN's?
OWN's website. I think if you go to their website, you can find like old episodes and. But yeah, we had a reality show for 3 seasons on OWN.
I watched.
I wanted to also while we're here, Kids Incorporated.
Oh,
One of my favorite singers that you're friends with, Rashawn Patterson. That was my last time.
I just reached out to him yesterday.
Where is he?
He lives in
here.
New York
Iowa.
now. No, he lives in New York now.
Oh, he's in New York.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
yes, he
Yeah,
lives
he's
in
on.
New
Got
York.
to put him on the list.
Yeah, last time I saw you guys, it
Okay.
was. I mean, this has been probably like this is over 10 years
We
ago.
were on Kids Incorporated. I was the keyboard player and the dancer in the background. On Kids Incorporated.
What year was your?
Like 84, I think.
Oh damn. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that you were.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's so cute.
That's amazing.
Yep.
All right. So as we wrap, what does the future hold? Because it just can't stop at this. Like, what is your?
No pressure.
No. Well, I mean,
This combination
I want,
is overwhelming.
I mean, I would love for us to do a song together.
Yeah.
Definitely like a tour.
Yeah.
We can do a
That's
tour
the goal.
together.
That's
Do
the
some
goal.
music together.
okay.
That's what I would love.
Tracie, in the midst of your doctor pursuits, do you want to do music anymore? Do you still have the desire to create?
Oh, I do. The going back to school, it's just, we all have other things that we're interested in, and I mean, I have a degree in psychology. I did all of these because I like learning. I'm very passionate about learning.
Wait, can I stop 1 second? Because I feel like she's the modest type. Can you just rattle off what she's been doing the last 30 years?
Yeah, tell us.
Shauna, because
Right?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Degree in psychology. She's currently in school and making it all work. She's doing homework. Like this morning, she went to Starbucks to do her homework. So she's
you
making it
took
all
time
work.
out for little old us.
I love you.
And they
Thank
love
you.
We love
Any,
you.
like children?
Yeah, but say you a wife too? Because I see.
No, I am not a wife.
Okay.
I have no children. I have a cat named Georgia.
Are you just trying to
And
keep
that
them
cat
away?
gave you that ring?
You trying to keep them away again?
Some people you want to keep away.
I understand. I understand. Yeah.
Now in 2023, that's like, oh, that's what's up. That's next level. Where's the Chappelle thing? I'm the dude on the side.
Hilarious.
That's true too. That's true too. No strings. No strings.
Oh man.
That's crazy.
Wait,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
I mean, yeah. So if it happens, it happens, but it's not like a big thing.
That's all right.
for
Go
me.
team me.
I'm
you.
good.
On
Yeah,
the weekends,
And
you
I
can
have
do
2
some
kids.
shows, here
Yes,
and
You
there.
got grown-ups.
I mean, here's another important thing though too. A lot of what's happened in the past several years too was my father passed from leukemia, and I helped take care of him. My mom passed in 2021, right before Thanksgiving. She had lung cancer, and I helped take care of her. So part of that also, one of her things was she was like, go back and finish school, but also do music. So for all this stuff to happen the way it's been happening, I just feel like, I'm a
It's
very
spiritual.
spiritual person. Yeah, and we talk about it, that they're up there orchestrating all this
I feel that.
They brought it. I think they helped bring us all together.
Yeah, we did that jam session. 3 weeks
Yeah,
ago?
okay, so that's the thing.
Yeah, the jam session.
Y'all did a jam session?
Yeah,
Dude,
Debarge.
it was like El
and Darius
Debarge.
McQuarrie.
Yeah, it
Flex.
was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Flex
in my
was
life.
singing on everything.
It was very crazy.
Did this happen in your house?
My living room. Yeah.
It was
How did
supposed
you
to be a
organize this?
goodbye party. Like it was just us
Right.
getting
I
together as
invited
girls to say
Tracie and
goodbye.
Shanice over to my apartment to say goodbye to Tracie because she was going back to
home.
Iowa. And that very day, El Debarge called me in the morning and was like, "Hey, what are you doing this evening?" And I said, "Well, come to think of it, Tracie Spencer and Shanice Wilson are coming over." And he said, "What time do you want me to be there?"
Yeah, and he goes, "I'm bringing my keyboard."
And he
I'm
brought his
bringing my
keyboard.
keyboard.
He showed up at my front door with his keyboard.
His
He
keyboard.
had lugged it across town, like
He
in
did.
an Uber or
He went in an
something.
Uber with his keyboard.
Yeah.
What did y'all sing? What were the songs?
Everything.
Everything.
You remember
it was
Al's
like
thing when he was
hours.
just singing all the band? They redid
Thank you
it.
for that too, Shauna. That was Shauna.
Yes.
That was
Yes.
That was beautiful. That really was.
It was. I mean, all of us felt like it was surreal.
It was
like it was
surreal.
a dream. Even Elle couldn't believe it, and we all cried throughout
Yeah.
the night. He was
Yeah.
sitting there in my living room playing his keyboard for like 3 hours.
Yeah,
straight.
it was
Yes.
hours.
And
That-
that's what.
That's what
real
sparked
nice.
me to like,
Yeah.
wait, can we get them on the show? Because
Exactly.
we've been looking for you forever. And looking for just to give both of you your flowers, man.
Thank you.
because
But
Thank
thanks.
you.
Thank
We
you.
wasn't looking for Shanice because she was saving our lives
She was
during
already-
COVID, like you,
Yeah.
her,
Right.
her husband.
Oh,
So.
on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yes, on Instagram with
Yeah,
those
man.
DJ.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm the hype
and
girl.
I really think it's important too, just to honor y'all because y'all, we've seen so many, child singers, child actors that get into this game really young and it
And don't
destroys
get
them.
out.
They don't make it out. Right. So
Yeah.
just to see y'all sitting here today, just still beautiful, still healthy, like still
Thank
thriving,
you.
like that really is
you.
a blessing. And I'm
Thank
really,
you so
really happy to be
much.
with y'all today for real.
now it's apropos for the 42-hour clap. So
Right.
Right. It's like, thank you for giving us your childhood.
this,
Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
this is an epic episode that will go down in the record books, and I thank you both for
Thank
this.
you.
I've been
We
waiting
love
forever.
you and we appreciate
Shauna, thank you so much. Is there anyone else that you have? up
Bryan
this-
Loren, maybe I could. I could
Yeah, you just
find
pull.
him.
Bryan
Can you get us
Loren.
John McClain?
I
We'll
can reach out
try.
to John
Anything's
McClain.
possible.
I know to reach out to him.
Yeah, he's just.
Let's see if we can get him.
John McClain is like he treats us like the Matrix. Like no.
I know.
So anyway, on behalf of man, this is an amazing
Yeah, I
episode.
just want to be present.
Yes,
You guys.
Thank you so
this is
much.
beautiful. So on behalf of Fontigolo, Sugar Steve, and Shauna, thank you very much, and Unpaid Bill, and Laia, Shanice, and Tracie Spencer. Thank you for coming out of hiding. This is Questlove.
We'll see you in 2043.
I'll be going back in hiding. Too.
There you go. So, thank you. We'll see you next week on Next Go Round. Questlove Supreme. All right.